All right, here we are, steaming towards Maple Bay. So here's our nav track that you can see on the chart. We're heading to Maple Bay, right in this little bay right here. And we're going to go through some tight waters here pretty quick. So I've got to have my wits about me. We've just departed, fueled up, and we're going for the Easter long weekend with Tracy, one of our good friends, and hopefully meeting up with some other friends that are out there on their boats, and looking forward to a wonderful weekend here. It's a little breezy, but the sky is clear and it's looking like a lovely weekend. We're just passing by this day marker right here, and then we'll be going through this little gut right in there in that general direction there. Show my little puppy here. She's just sitting there waiting for Mummy to come up the stair, up the ladder. And there we have the Gulf Islands in the background. And here we are coming through this nice little tight gut of water. Right next to, let's get it pinched here, Coal Island and Gouges. This is Gouge on the starboard side here. And Fernie Island is on my port side right here, where you see the ladder on the foreshore. They got some nice little cottages or shacks on here. And then up through the gut there is the ferry terminal, Schwartz Bay Ferry Terminal, which we'll be going by. That's Canoe Cove back tucked in the corner there. And there's our nav track so far. Put ourselves at the center of the screen, and then a nice lifetimer boat just ducked in behind that island over there. And you can see one of the shacks over here on the port side. And a nice little anchorage in this bay. I've seen numerous boats that have anchored in there. So we've got both our kayaks on board, and we got my e-bike. You can't see it from up here, but and then of course our dinghy on the back end. So we can go do some cruising while we're in Maple Bay. And here I am. I've got my Yonder 2 shirt that Liz makes me wear. It says Captain on the back. She bought some crew shirts for all the friends that come on board, and of course she wears a crew shirt as well. But there we are, going to be heading up to the Schwartz Bay Terminal just around the corner there, and we'll be trying to deke past some of the ferries departing, and then it'll be smooth sailing from there. Alright, there's Tracy and little Lily sucking up to Tracy, getting some love time in. Liz is driving. And we got the deep sea up ahead and Salt Spring on our starboard and Land's End on the port side. We'll go do a walkabout. And we're going down from the fly bridge. And you can see my e-bike that I brought along, so I can go driving into Duncan this weekend. And there's our rib with a 20 horsepower fuel injected engine. It's quite fast. No center console because it takes up too much room, so you can take more people in the open boat like this. Our Dickinson barbecue that we cook all our steaks and such with. And we go into the engine room. You can hear the two diesels chugging away inside there. And inside the main saloon, we've got the table that Jakey, our son, made. He's a Red Seal carpenter, so he made this to our specifications. It folds up into a nice smaller one and uses the original table's base for it. And then our settee. And then of course we have the stereo system in here with Sirius radio, which I never use, and just a CD player and a Bluetooth and all that kind of nice stuff. Our TV up here. I hook up a computer and a Starlink to connect to the universe. And of course we have a tabletop for the out in the quarterdeck area here. We've got a nice table that we put away here somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. But the galley, and then we have our second driving station here. Gotta turn the radio on. We had actually a channel 16 emergency broadcast beacon that was ringing off while we were alongside. And of course our nav plot down below. Just filled up our fuel, so both fuel gauges are now reading completely full. And our depth sounder over there, and our autopilot for down below. I've got a remote control one up top. And then there's our electronics consoles up there. And then we'll walk down into our living spaces. Here's the guest cabin. That's where Tracy's going to be staying. It's a nice double bed, really cozy in there. It's like a little cave. And attached to it, when you close that door, there's another door here, and they have an ensuite head or a bathroom for the guest. And then of course here's the master cabin, and we have our own bathroom, or head as we call it on a seagoing vessel. It does have a bathtub in there, but we use it just for storage and stuff. We can do showers. It's got a shower, and it actually closes up. There's your shower door, so you can have a nice shower when you're away on a long trip. And it's got really nice fixtures here in the heads with its own light. And we used to have a TV up here, or a monitor there for watching in bed, but we prefer to watch it out there for friends and guests and everything. So we've his and hers closets on it and everything. And then of course a heater that you can see here. That's a heater off the engines. So when the engines are running, you can heat the boat. We've got electrical, and we also have diesel heat on board. So we have a little furnace on board for cold temperatures. This folds up into a chair. You can see the bottom, that actually folds up, and you've got a nice chair where you can actually sit in the driving station here. And then of course on the forecastle there, you see we've got the two kayaks, and there's a nice little pad for sunning yourself, and the windlass for handling the anchor. And I've got a radio charging station here, all kinds of nice things like a spare speaker or Bluetooth, listening off your phone and stuff. Yeah, we've got all the amenities of home. There's your microwave, and of course a nice range and stove. And we do have 110 volt, 120 volts at sea here, because we've got an inverter running all the sockets here. So you get all the comforts of home while you're at sea. That's the grand tour of Yonder 2. And that's looking astern at Salt Spring on the port, and Land's End, or the northern tip of Saanich Peninsula over there. And you can see one of the ferries way in the distance, all sort of converging on Schwartz Bay behind us. And up ahead is Cowichan Bay, and Mill Hill, and Brentwood Bay is around the corner, and Mill Bay is over sort of in the direction of that sailboat you can see there. So there you have it, a beautiful Easter weekend voyage. And here we are having a nice little supper.
I gotta get my camera out.
And Tracy's coming up and checking out the place out of her cabin.
Tim, where are you sitting?
I can sit up here if it's too busy.
Do you want to sit at the very front here?
Sure. She is just sitting there at her dinner spot
Going around.
and going to get kisses from Tracy.
Call my phone.
And he's like, fuck yeah.
Dinghy with a Mercury 20 horse fuel injected engine. It's got lots of stones. It'll skip along pretty good. And yeah, Easter weekend, had a fabulous time. And there's the back door. And the bike I gotta still batten down for going to sea so it doesn't get kicked around. And the girls are inside doing dishes after breakfast. What are you guys doing in here?
Oh, excuse the language.
We got Lily just...
Lily! Here,
That's...
look, what's he saying?
Lily! You're on video. Oh, there we got the nice blueberries and grapes.
Galley.
And the galley. It's all spick and span. Dishes look like they're done.
Ready to go.
Are we ready to fire up and depart?
Get moving.
And Lily is the new skipper of the ship. And she's driving and making sure that we're in safe waters. And making sure all her passengers are safe.
I'm gonna send that to you.
Because she is a good boat driver. Isn't she? Hey, you a good boat driver, Lily? Yeah. Look at that. She's just keeping us straight and true on our course right there. A little off on that one, but that's a different nav plot. There we go. Good job, Lily. Wake me up when we get home. And here I am down below after letting Lily be the captain of the boat. And she's keeping us steering on course and in safe waters. You can see the kayaks there nestled in their racks on board. Wind is from the bow. And we're just puttering along. We're about an hour from home. And there's our wake behind us. There was a vessel overtaking, but I think he turned off. Big deep sea in the distance. And let's get back to driving the boat. And it's a lovely day out today. Here we are at almost sea level. Just watching the tender, making sure it's nice and snug in its cradle. And the e-bike, I went for a big long e-bike ride to downtown Duncan. It was about an hour each way, which was a good long ride to test out my new battery. There's Mill Bay in the distance. And that's our Budas Ridge golf course where all that housing is. And right behind us is Cowichan Bay. We go often go there for weekends. Same with Genoa Bay. Salt Spring on our port beam. And there we go. There's another sailboat. Looks like Lily did a good job of keeping us away from other vessels. Oh, looks like she's put another first mate in charge. And that would be Liz driving the boat. And I guess Lily has just assumed her captain's position. Isn't she cute? Yeah. Lily, Captain Lily. This is the new century where all the passengers sit and stare at their phones all day long instead of the beautiful scenery.
I know.
Look at all that scenery. Oh, we got a big ferry coming out from Schwartz Bay in the distance. Let's see if we can see it. There we go. And there I am with my crew members and the captain. Right there. And we're just coming into Land's End up ahead. We'll be going by Schwartz Bay and the ferry terminal and going into North Saanich Marina. There we go.